Hey guys, Rilk here, and welcome to my Knights of the Old Republic 2 playthrough. I have two mods on for this playthrough. It's this restored content mod as well as the M478 mod. Both of them basically, in different ways, found unfinished code in the game and unused assets. Kind of extrapolated what they thought the game developers were intending to put in. Just like the first game, this one was kind of rushed out and never really finished and tidied up. So both these mods add a lot to the content. I've never played either of these mods, so we'll be on an adventure together. I believe the max level for this one is level 50. This is my second time rolling through this video. My first one, I was using game capture, and every now and then the screen would freeze up, and for like 10 minutes it would just be like a picture, and you would hear all the game sounds and everything and me talking, but we were just stuck with a picture. I didn't find that acceptable, so we're on display capture again like Kotor 1, and let's get into the settings, I guess. I didn't change that much. With my first one, I guess I kind of ironed out a lot of the struggles here. So, we're running at 1080p here, and we're at 60 hertz. The reason it's 60 hertz, when I was running at 144 with the same as my monitor, I was having this glitch. And it was actually tied into as well as VSync. So if you have VSync off, or your hertz is higher than 75, I think 75 works. But yeah, if you use either of those two settings, your character during combat gets stuck and you can't move at all. I'm not 100% on what causes it, but from what I looked at, you got to keep VSync on, and you got to run at a hertz rating that will work with the game. And the only reason I know 75 hertz works is my laptop only runs at 75 hertz, so all the resolutions when I played this game, I want to say the last time I played it was 5 years ago, it was running at 75 hertz. So, yep. I also tested it, I want to say yesterday, on my laptop just to figure out what was going on, and it was working at 75 hertz on my laptop. I ran about 3 videos worth to test this on display capture with 60 hertz and VSync, and I haven't had any issues with my character getting stuck anymore, so hoping we shouldn't run into any trouble here. I turned off all the auto pauses like my Kotor 1 playthrough. I turned off tutorial and tooltips. I don't think I really changed anything else. Auto level up I turned off. I always turn that off. I don't remember if mouse look is default on or not. I turned that off for sure. Autosave, I like to leave autosave on. It's convenient if any of your saves corrupt or you die and you haven't saved in an hour. So I like that as an extra backup. I have noticed when I was using my right click to move the camera around, I kept getting confused because my mouse y-axis was inverted. So if I pushed up, the camera would push down, and if I pushed down, the camera would push up, and this is very uncomfortable, so I put that on. I tried using, I assumed, oh, okay, if they inverted the camera view, wouldn't they invert the minigame? So I tried it like that, and then the minigames were all fucked up, so I left the reverse out. I want combat movement on, just in case I want to clear my queue, and a lot of the time I want to target specific enemies, so combat movement helps a lot. I haven't done anything in mouse settings. I actually haven't gone into them. Okay, cool. Key mappings, I have changed move left and move right to A and D. Otherwise, you're panning your camera with A and D, and I think your strafe is Z and C for some reason. Kind of awkward. Nothing else has been changed. I think that's everything. Oh, yeah, they put a lot of effort into these mods. If you want to go into movies when you install it, I haven't actually beaten this game recently, so I don't have all the movies, but it even comes with this M478 movie, and I think that comes when you launch the game. It might be later on, so I don't want to watch it just in case. I think that's all we needed to cover before I started. I don't know any other mods. Like, it's not like KOTOR 1. I run this game, I'd say at least less than half the time I run KOTOR 1. So, it's a good game. I think the feat system is much better balanced than KOTOR 1, but I like the story more of KOTOR. But it's still a good game. We'll get into it here. I'm going to roll a Jedi Guardian again. The build will be totally different than my Rilk Dart in KOTOR 1. I'll explain it when I do it. It's a really simple build, and to be quite honest, I wouldn't suggest doing this build unless you really like storyline. So the main reason I'm doing this stat set, basically for storyline purposes, I normally wouldn't run a build like this. It would be a lot more combat oriented, I suppose, but for the video, I think it would be more beneficial to get better chat options out of it. So, strength, that's for physical weapons. It's your to hit and your plus to damage. There is a feat in this game where you can change your to hit to dexterity, which is the whole reason we're going with 8 strength. We'll be rolling that feat on both melee weapons and lightsabers. So dex, it's your defense, it's your to hit, it's also your to hit with ranged if you got it. It's also your reflex save. So I'll get into the saves probably when we get into the game, and I'll show you which saves we have and what they all correlate to. So Constitution, basically your health and your fortitude save. It also dictates what implants you can wear. So the best implants, you need to have Constitution 18. So we'll probably roll up with Constitution 18 to be honest. Intelligence, not a great, especially for a Guardian, not a great stat to put in. There are a few intelligence checks you can use in conversations and basically figuring out puzzles and stuff, so you can get your character to do the figuring out for you. So that's the main reason we have intelligence so high. That, and now we have 3 sets of skills we can bump up, and that's really just for storyline purposes mostly. Actually, I'm gonna just throw a default on, and I'll show you what I would normally roll with if I was doing a build for a really strong Guardian. This would probably be my stat setup right here. You want a higher dex for your hit and your defense. Your wisdom, I guess I'll go and explain wisdom. So wisdom will give you your force pool, so your force points and your saving throws for force, which is really good. Some skills are based off of wisdom for usage, so they're harder to resist as well. Charisma, basically the higher charisma, the less penalties you get for using opposite spectrum skills for your light side and dark side. So if you're light side and you're using dark side skills, you get a penalty of a higher percentage usage of force just to use that skill. So that's what that helps. It also helps your persuasion skill. And there is something else for charisma. Yeah, okay, potency. Some skills are based on charisma for usage. Later on, this might be a spoiler if you haven't played KOTOR 2. Wisdom, if you're playing a male character, you can use your wisdom bonus for defense as well if you go through the Brienne route. And yeah, that'll be end of spoilers for that. We're going back to our proper setup here. And this will be our storyline setup here. For skills, we're going to be rolling with Demolitions, Awareness, and Persuade. So the class skills we have for a Guardian, the only other one we could have went for is Treat Injury. We will be putting points into Treat Injury later. but that'll be again for storyline purposes and conversations. So that's how we'll roll for now. Feats, just like last time, we'll be rolling two-hand weapon fighting. Before that, though, we're gonna pop finesse. That's what this feat's called, to use dexterity or strength instead. So the way they worded finesse is kind of weird. So my knowledge in D&D kind of helped me out with this. Basically, every weapon has their own bonus that you'll always use for adding on to attack bonus. So for ranged weapons, it defaults to dexterity, and for melee, it defaults to strength. But the way they word this, it sounds like if you want to use your dex or strength, you need to have this skill, but that's not true. If you're running a strength build, you don't need weapon finesse at all for melee. And I don't think they have a strength bonus to range, so I don't think they have the opposite. So we will be rolling with finesse because we're a dex build. We'll be rocking Rilk Dart again for this playthrough. Anything else I want to say before we start? Okay, so I guess this might be a bit of spoilers concerning Kotor 1. So if you don't want to, you can skip ahead probably 2-3 minutes. So kind of like Kotor 1, this game has how would I put it? There's a predetermined canon character, and the canon character is a Jedi female. I won't be playing a Jedi female just because I kind of find they snuff out her romance compared to the male romance, and to be quite honest, I kind of feel more comfortable running the male character. But yeah, that's just it. So the name of the female Jedi that we're playing as is actually Mitra Surik. I don't even believe it's mentioned in the game, so I wanted to throw that in at the beginning. And yeah, I guess that's end of spoilers, and let's get into it. Excuse me, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It just kind of helps you acclimate to how the game works, and nothing you do in the prologue is carried over to the main game, so it's really just a waste of time. If you know what you're doing anyways.
Primary power offline.
Although I suppose you get to rock T3 the whole time.
Offline. Multiple hull breaches detected. Proximity alert.
So this is T3. He's our astromech.
The Ebon Hawk is adrift in space after a terrible battle. Most of its crew are dead or dying. You lie in the medical room in critical condition. You won't survive long without medical attention. The hyperdrive is damaged. Main power must be restored in order to bring the engines online and dock with the nearby Paragus mining station for much-needed repairs. Your fate and that of the Evan Hawk depend upon T3M4, a lone astromech droid. Return to this location at any time to skip the prologue.
So basically, T3 just heals Rilk and repairs the ship enough to chart a course to Paragus himself. And that's how this one gets thrown together. We also see at the end that T3 gets knocked out, and we are not sure how.
Awake.
I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. Every character has their own voice lines except for your own, so I'll be voicing our character. I won't be voicing any of the aliens or the droids. If you really want to know what they say, we have subtitles on. I can't do any other voice than my own, so I don't want to embarrass myself by trying. So same as Kotor 1 playthrough, I'll just be voicing the main character. Which is another good reason why I chose male. Okay. So right here, we're just going to loot this. I thought I looted it already. Okay, cool. I'm going to change my stance here to Jedi support. I don't think it actually does anything, but change your AI. Right here, I'm going to unlock the medical bay here and then the morgue. We only really need to unlock the morgue as part of, what would I say? As part of the quest line, the main quest line here. You need to get into the morgue. Okay, I just felt like the controls were off a bit. So we're just going to check this old lady over here. Then we're going to find this plasma torch right here. We actually checked and thought she was dead, so this part's surprising. To our character anyways.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead?
I thought you were dead.
Close to death. Yes, closer than I'd like. You have the smell of the Kotor tank about you. How do you feel?
A little disoriented. Was it your voice I heard in the Kolto tank?
Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things.
So you can touch minds and feign death? Who are you?
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Last thing I remember, I was on board a Republic ship, the Harbinger. What happened to it?
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt.
Man. So, I guess a little spoiler about Knights of the Old Republic, number 1. We were aboard the Harbinger at the beginning of the game, of that game, and it was also attacked. We weren't the only survivor, though. I think there was 2 of us? Probably. There might have been more. I just know that 2 of us left together. I don't know if there was any more survivors. I am no longer a member of the Jedi Order.
Your stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
The Jedi Order and I have a troubled history.
So it would seem. Keep your past and let us focus on the now.
Alright, what's going on? How did we get here?
I do not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in, the Ebon Hawk, must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave.
Why do we need to leave?
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed.
So you can see here I've got a persuade and awareness check. Anytime you use a check, it indicates you'll be gaining experience from using it if you succeed. So my persuasion and awareness are the same. It doesn't really matter which one I pick, but we'll generally lean towards persuasion most of the time. Are you sure there's nothing else you can tell me about this place?
Even as I slept, I felt much unrest here. I saw strange visions, minds colored with fear. Now, everything here feels terribly silent. A last word of caution. I would find out as much as you can about this place quickly. I fear we will need to depart as suddenly as we arrived.
I'll go look for a ship and some weapons.
You may wish to extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions.
I'll return soon to make sure you are alright.
I leave you to the explorations of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Okay, so kind of the inverse of what happened in the last game. I will be referencing Kotor 1 a lot, just because this is the sequel. So if you haven't taken a look at that game or played it, I'd suggest you do that first. It's a really good game, and I even made a video on it if you want to check that out too. If not, that's cool. What was I saying? So in the inverse of what happened last time, where I was holding my levels on the main character until I got Jedi, I start as a Jedi here, and I can convert quite a few characters to Jedi, so I'll be holding their levels instead. So I'll need to beef up my my main character here. I might actually run T3 for a while, just because obviously you can't get him to Jedi, so it's not a big deal. We'll see how I feel. There's no really good spot like Kotor 1 where I can farm a whole bunch of XP without really using some sort of a glitch. This game kind of paces you at how much experience you can get. There is ways to optimize your experience gain as you go through. One of those ways is the XP you get from killing stuff. The higher you level up, the lower that becomes. So generally you kill stuff first before you do any skill checks in the area you're in, and then you go back and do skill checks, because your skill check experience is higher the higher your skill levels are at the time.
Be careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives.
Kreia, what?
Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
So with Kreia's help, you have gained the passive precognition power. When this power is triggered, you should save your game. Basically, this is this game's way of showing you if you're going to have a difficult fight coming up. To be quite honest, this fight's not too difficult. If you were a counselor to fight these guys with only one force spell, actually I don't even think you'd have a force spell, it would be a pretty tough fight. I would definitely start it with a grenade. I could have picked up a grenade back at that locker, but I didn't want to bust it down because we'll get XP if we open it with security later.
But it is there.
I feel strange, like the sedatives are wearing off.
It is the Force you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget.
But it doesn't feel like it did. It feels like it's coming from across the great distance.
Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Gaining experience will slowly re-establish your connection to the Force. Go to the level up screen and choose your Force abilities. So, Kreia in this game will work as our, I guess, teacher. They won't even call her a Jedi Master. So, anytime we need to do something like leveling up prestige classes or whatever, it will be with Kreia. So, our first skill here, not skill, our first force power, we're going to be using Burst of Speed. So that adds 2 defense when we use it, and ups our movement speed. It'll be helpful for clearing out droids. Both these footlockers are locked, so if you bash them open you don't get any XP, and there's nothing super great about what's in them, so I'm not too worried about looting them yet. We'll loot them when we need to. I'll try to min-max our XP as much as I know how. So we have a very small force pool at this point, so we'll definitely sit in this Jedi support. I don't know if it actually adds to any regen or not. I don't actually think it does. I think it's just the AI, but I probably mentioned that earlier. So we're just going to clear out all these droids, then we're going to proceed on. You can turn these droids into non-combative, but you lose the opportunity to get 100 XP per droid. I forgot how much of a pain it is with a single weapon. To be quite honest, I've run this game a few times, like maybe the first hour of the game for testing before this video, and I've been super unlucky with getting melee weapons. Like, super unlucky. Unbelievably, to the point where I've probably run it 5 times and only got 1 sword before the end of the first area, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I'm hoping we're not going to get that unlucky, because I didn't have the ability to have another melee character until basically until we got off this planet, well, asteroid, whatever. I will be going for 2-hand weapon fighting with 2 lightsabers for my Jedi Guardian, so it'll be the same style of build as Rilf was in Kotor 1. Okay, so we've killed all the droids. I missed two containers. Basically, I didn't want my force speed to run out and lose that extra 2 decks. Otherwise, we would have had to wait for our force pool to regen if I wanted to take advantage of that force speed. Burst of speed? Burst of speed. I'll probably call it force speed most of the time. We just need to pop this console here to open up the back room over there. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I like you doing the weapon flourish, it's fun.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read. But you have nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
Okay, so this is our first guy we run into. He becomes our party member.
What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been in here?
Who are you?
Atten Rand. Excuse me if I don't shake hands. The field only causes mild electrical burns.
Excuse me. Care to explain why you're locked up?
Security claimed I violated some trumped-up regulation or another. Take it up with them if you want. But they stopped listening to me shortly before they stopped feeding me. Now that's criminal.
This place? Oh, sorry. What is this place?
Oh, you mean you didn't come here on purpose? I'm shocked. I really am. This slice of paradise is the Paragus mining facility, the only supplier of shipping-grade engine fuel to this corner of the galaxy. Paragus fuel plays havoc with engines, but it gets the job done. As long as you don't mind the toxic byproducts and trying to mine it without blowing yourself up.
Blowing yourself up?
Yeah, this asteroid belt is one giant minefield. One proton torpedo, even a stray blaster shot, can start an explosion that'll make the one that shattered Paragus 2 look like a kid's pop detonator.
Paragus 2?
You know the planet with the exposed core you saw flying in? That hole was caused by the first mining station that tried to siphon fuel off the planet. Blew a whole chunk out of the planet and set it drifting out here in a big clump of fuel-cooled asteroids. So the miners drill the asteroids now, not the planet's surface. That's why they don't allow blasters here. Can't trust a miner jumped up on Juma Juice not to fire one stray shot that'll turn the entire colony into a thermal detonator.
So maybe we are at Paragus, the planet, but we're at the asteroid belt of it from Paragus 2. I guess they just call that Paragus anyways. Okay. So that's what I was trying to remember at the beginning. This facility's deserted. What happened?
You mean before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting.
Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions.
That's probably the best joke of the video game. Pretty dry humor, but I thought it was funny the first few times. There's a bounty on captured Jedi. Why?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high.
Not many Jedi left. What happened to them?
The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
I heard rumors of war, but a war between Jedi?
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
I've been away since the Mandalorian Wars.
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
I was led to believe that Revan saved the Jedi and the Republic.
I guess. There's rumors all over space about it. All I heard was Revan returned to pay Malak back for trying to kill her in the first place. You know women.
How long have you been in that cage? Revan was a man, not a woman.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman.
I had some more questions for you.
Look, no offense or anything, but your weird half-naked interrogation isn't my idea. Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody?
I don't know. This facility seems abandoned.
The miners can't all be gone. But if they are... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
Tell me your plan, and we can go from there.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here.
I trust you, and if we work together, we may be able to get out of this mess.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Alrighty, let's go. So there was lots of opportunities to earn dark side points. I went the route where we could maybe earn light side, I'm not sure.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure Pazak. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey!
What's wrong?
This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
That wouldn't be standard procedure in an emergency lockdown.
No. Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here. Trapped.
Is there anything else we can do with this console?
I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Can we contact the miners?
We could try. But if the miners were trying to trap you up here and probably kill you, why not call them and chat? I don't think a friendly call is going to wake them up.
Let's see if we can try and reach someone in on the comm.
Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Oh, I forgot to mention. So we are gaining tiny bits of XP, I believe, through these conversations. If it's not much XP, it won't pop. It won't show you. So, basically, all you need to do here is access the comm and send word to Hangar Bay 25. Oh, I forgot to read that. Can you hear me? And so our character can understand what the droids are saying. You just kind of have to guess. Do a diagnostic, then follow my instructions. T3 doesn't take too much time, so I'll just let him talk. I think he's kind of cute. For a lot of aliens, if I finish reading what they say, I'll skip through. We're trapped up here in the administration level. Can you unlock the turbo lifts? Okay, is there some other way out of here besides the turbo lifts? I'd rather risk it than be trapped up here. So, now we're T3, and we gotta do a bit of exploring here. We can come back here later, so I'm not going to unlock anything that we don't need to at this point, and we'll unlock it later. So we have this droid shock arm. It's, for some reason, this item's infinite. I'll pop open T3's gear here. Oh, he doesn't have any armor. Okay, so this droid shock arm, it does a decent amount of damage, and its usage is unlimited, so I'll always spam that. Anything else in this spot will have a numbered usage, so generally I don't use them. Even this spot, usually, the deflector. It's a pretty decent deflector, though. It's 50 points. We will get more stuff for T3 as we proceed down. It's a bit better than his pistol, but to be quite honest, they're about the same chance-wise. But I think the chance to hit is better on the shock arm, so I generally always spam it. Anything that's just items will loot, but anything that'll give XP. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but his XP here, it will change. For some reason he started at level 3 for this spot, but he'll go back down to whatever your party XP is sitting at. So any XP you get here is kind of wasted. So if you can save as much as possible for later, it's better. There's not much of a chance I would get if I would run away from these guys, so killing them is my best option. So the chance for the mining laser to roll lower than the shock is a lot higher, so definitely try to spam the shock. Okay, and I'll mention it on the next note we find, or datapad, but it pops open a screen here. I kind of skipped through it. I probably shouldn't have. So we needed those mines on that that dead miner there, so that we can open a door with our demolition skill. Unfortunately, they're really heavy mines. They're deadly mines, so they're very very expensive. And unfortunately, we don't have any other mines, so we have to use one to open the door. Otherwise, we won't have enough components to to get through this area. So we need to get enough components to repair the console up here and use it so that we can proceed. So you can't security this door because it's sealed. I think it's welded shut, and you have to use a mine. And unfortunately, that's all the mines we have access to at this point, so... Since these aren't locked, there's no XP gain for opening them later. We'll open these now. They do have a lot of droid parts, though. Oh, I'm surprised we haven't found an armor. It's one of the most likely things to find. It's probably in one of these chests that are around here. Yeah, we're eating up a lot of XP here. Oh well. Not a big deal. It just shows this console here. I kind of skipped the video, but whatever. So we come to the hangar controls. We repair it with one of the parts we have. So we only have 2 parts, so I think I might have missed one. No, I think that's all we need actually. So we're going to use this emergency. We'll do a repair. Then we'll check the subsystem. Oops, I tried to open the wrong one. So you can't open the hangar door, and you find that out here. We need a conduit, and we'll find one later. So those 2 chests there are both locked. We'll save those for later as well. I don't know why I'm min-maxing the XP. Did I not open that? No, I still have the repair parts. Weird. Okay, I messed that up. So we want to open the fuel depot. Oh, it's a spike. Okay, I definitely should have opened something, and I forgot. I bet it's this this chest over here. Probably this one here. I probably normally open that and wasn't thinking. Nope. Dang it, we gotta go. Oh, did that say spike? Am I blind here? Okay, so yeah, there was 3 computer spikes there. I read it wrong. I thought it needed computer repair parts, not spikes. Yeah, normally I don't min-max the XP this much, so normally I would have looted everything, but I found out while I was running this a few times that you do not actually get the usage of this this XP that you're wasting here. If T3 could stealth, I suppose we could get by all of this. But what a pain in the butt that would be if they found you while you were stealth. Especially without armor. Normally we'd definitely have a decent armor by now though. Optimize interface here. +2 computer use, cool. Okay, so again we're gonna leave this chest alone. Security at this level won't work on it anyways. You could use a security tunneler to get through it. That's probably your better option. If you try to bash it open, oof, does it take forever. I tried it the other day, and it took me, I want to say, like 45 to a minute and a half. It was insane. I was so choked. I was trying to talk while I was doing the video, and this was when the video ended up failing anyways, but I was like getting so tilted. I was like, what is going on? I don't know, trying to make conversation when I'm being forced to instead of us running into something and me talking about it is just way harder for me, I guess. Here we just call the schematics up, and then we open the hatch. Then we can log out. No XP gained from this. And poor little T3 gets abducted here. Poor little guy. That's pretty much exactly what happened to him on the Ebon Hawk as well.
Is that stupid droid of yours gonna come through or not?
Give him a little more time.
Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my... Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through.
Yes, he did. It looks like it, but it's strange he didn't contact us on the comm.
If he got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar.
The turbo lifts are locked down manually, so I had him open the emergency hatch.
Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
Maybe. But it's the only way out, and it's better I risk my life than yours.
You're either really brave or really crazy, or both.
Alright, I'll try to monitor things from up here. But be careful. The only thing moving down there is likely to be mining droids, so don't be playing hero too hard. Not that I care what happens to you or anything. I just don't want to be trying to get off this rock by myself.
Every time I hear that voice line, it throws me off. I don't know what was with that one voice line. It sounds so different. Like it's on a different mic setup or in a different room, or I don't know what it was, but it was really weird. Got it. See you soon.
I'll keep the comm link open. I may be able to guide you through the tunnels from up here. Don't know if the signal will hold if you get too deep, though.
You have received a comm link. Party members or others may use it to contact you to help or provide information. I don't know if I'm gonna tell him to stuff it when he comm links me, to be honest. We'll see how it goes. Normally I just let him keep talking. It mostly just pulls me out of things and tries to give me information and tips as we go along. Not very helpful, to be honest, for anyone who's played this game more than once. Hell, anyone who's even played the prologue, it's kind of not very helpful. I guess it warns you about mines and stuff, but whatever. Also explains energy shields. Barely, there's a lot of static.
There's a lot of interference down there, probably caused by that explosion. Still, it looks like there's a route down to the Paragas fuel depot, if the passages haven't collapsed. That explosion knocked out most of the sensors. There should be an emergency crate in the next room. Watch yourself. There's a lot of droid broadcasts in that area, but I can't pin them down.
I'll be careful then. If you detect anything, signal me.
Will do. And be careful down there.
Basically this is our only gear, so I'm gonna throw it on for now. Normally I don't use shields, but I will be using shields at this point because we're super weak. I don't want to wipe for no reason.
Emergency supplies?
Yes, it looks like there was some clothes in here.
About time. The whole half-naked Jedi thing was wearing a little thin. Look, there may be some survey gear and a safety harness inside the crate, too. The miners wear them when staking claims on the asteroids. The survey gear is designed to spot and protect you against sonic mines. And the safety harness can be helpful if you try to disarm them.
Okay. Got it, let's go. You can also have him explain energy shields.
I've narrowed down some of the ID signals, and if the numbers are right, you're sharing those tunnels with a battalion of mining droids.
I can handle it. Just guide me out of here.
There's gotta be some central controller down there. See if you can find a terminal by the main access shaft. That'd be governing intelligence.
I thought we had a normal shield. Do we not? I guess we pick one up later.
Watch where you step. I'm picking up a lot of sonic mines down there. Don't run unless you have to. It makes them harder to spot. If you have any skill with demolitions, you might be able to recover them and use them against the droids. That is, if the mines don't get you first. If you have survey gear or a safety harness, put them on. They'll make spotting and disarming the sonic charges a little easier.
Why is there so many charges down here?
Those mining droids, especially the excavator models, are designed to arm and set sonic charges for mining. Chances are if they still had charges after they went rogue, then they may have set them to try and kill the miners. And you. If you see one of those excavators, watch out. They may use their undeployed charges as projectiles.
So what he's mentioning is they throw grenades. It happens a lot. Understood. Rilk out. So we're not going to disable the mines until after. We might end up leveling up, so it might change their value of experience. I can't pick up this droid stuff. The only thing I'm looking for right now is a shield. Just because we'll be fighting a lot of energy-based robots, I guess. They'll use a lot of energy beams and stuff. And this shield is only useful against heat. Unfortunately, we didn't get lucky and find one. So, we'll have to clear this whole room before we have a chance to loot, I guess. Well, somehow they didn't do really enough damage to make me sweat at all. So we got kind of lucky on that exchange. What do you got for me, buddy? Ion cell is something we can add to a melee weapon. Of course. So I think this miner right beside me here has a shield I'm gonna grab, and I'd be wrong, of course. Why would I ever be right about anything? Okay, so we haven't run into this yet, but this little droid that's floating, he's a maintenance droid, and he will heal anyone we hurt, so we gotta get rid of him first. Unfortunately, we're being blocked by the droid, and if I clear him, we'll lose our chance of hitting the droid. Unfortunately, he's really hard to target, so I didn't really want to walk out of that. He also does damage to any droid very close. Unfortunately, they were all far enough to not take damage, but I took a lot. I'm gonna pop a med pack here, and we're gonna run away. We're gonna try to spread these guys out. As long as the maintenance droid's down, we're good. I want to use less med packs if I can, so. Oh, they all came together. Perfect. Thanks, guys. We would have had a much better chance of not needing a med pack if we had found an energy shield. Just unfortunate we didn't have that kind of luck. Is what it is. No sense in complaining. It won't change much in the long run, I guess. Just too early med pack usage, I guess. We'll be able to make med packs really well if we level up someone's treat injury at the lab table. And we don't have one at still? Oof. Okay, so one of the things is Paragus mining shields. They defend against heat and flame and stuff. So the reason that I think those two spots are always Paragus mining shields. So we have to go through this area with high heat gas. And, whoops.
Hey, watch out. That explosion has superheated the tunnels ahead. That steam will cook the skin off your bones. If you can find a mining energy shield, switch it on. It should protect you against the heat if you move quickly enough.
Even with force speed, a lot of the times you'll still get nipped in the butt by the end of it. Understood. Rilk out. So without force speed, it's almost guaranteed. Oh wow, we walked in a pattern that didn't take maximum damage, I guess. I'm just trying to find an energy shield here. As much as I don't like them at this point, we're really weak. Thank you, we finally found one. Energy shield, do we find gloves? No, okay. Just trying not to set off these. I want those mines for later. Okay. We want a normal energy shield buff. It's blue. It'll deal with a lot of... Okay, we need to target... Nope. Sorry, I need to target the maintenance droid. Otherwise we're fighting an uphill battle, and I don't really want to. Could you guys stop blocking me? That would be perfect. Thank you. It's unfortunate. This is not going to blow up in a good way. I should have done it with grenades, but it would have been a few grenades, so... Man, Rilk is weak at this point. Oh, on the plus side we leveled, so I don't have to worry about using med pack on this one. When I get close to low, I'll use the level bonus to heal. We leveled a lot quicker than I expected, if I'm being honest. Maybe we're expecting 2 levels from this spot. I don't remember off the top of my head. I was assuming we were going to finish leveling while we were doing the mines, to be honest. So it must be that we're expecting to level again in this section. Okay. We can't access any of the skills I want, so we'll pop Finesse for lightsabers, and that's just a skill we'll want for later. Now we'll do energy resistance. When we get more force points, we'll start using that more often. But with how little force points we have, we'll save them for force speed.
You're getting close to something big. I think it's the main ventilation shaft. If so, the central droid controller should be somewhere nearby. Keep an eye out for it. I'm picked.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. There aren't just mining droids down here, there's sensor balls too.
Sensor? It must be maintenance drones. Watch out. Those little pests will try to repair the mining droids if you don't gun them down first. Still, it's odd they're still active after the explosion. They don't have the same shielding as the mining
I
droids.
wonder how far we are.
Careful of those
I don't know.
droids.
I'm gonna check
I don't like
by
this.
making a save. Okay. Understood. Rilk out. Or, no, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm gonna make a save here. I don't know how long we've been going, to be honest. So, like before, we'll do save 1. Will be the end of the first video. And, oh, 50 minutes. Okay, so we should be able to clear this whole section before we save, I think. The reason I want to clear this section first before the save, I don't really know what I'm thinking right now. There's not a really big need to do it, but it will be nice. Okay, we want to call up the droid commands here, and we want to check out their schematics. So with our intelligence, we can figure out that the droid's thermal sensors will blind them if we up the temperature of the room. So we're going to do that, and now all the droids are kind of useless against us. So we also want to return to the main function, and we want to access the containment function. We want to shut down these containment fields. And we're all good. So we won't have anyone with security down here, so we might as well bash this open. We could use the mines, I guess, but I don't want to waste our resources. So now here's the least fun combat we'll have, I don't know, in the whole game, just because they can't fight back. It's kind of pathetic, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. It only works for this section where we heated up the area, so it won't last for very long. Too bad we're low level and we suck at hitting. So I heard a droid run up close. Oh wow. So they have decent sound, but they can't figure... Could you stop running? You jerk. So I did notice we dropped some remains somewhere, but I couldn't figure out where, because I was trying to chase this guy down. Was it this guy, or... Oh, okay, it was this guy. Okay, nothing from him. We'll do a counterclockwise rotation here. Yes, why can't all fights go that easy? Could you? Thank you. My arms are so long. I was just double checking. I didn't remember if there was something back there. I suppose it's kind of a waste not to use force speed. You don't really need the plus defense, but it'll help where I'm moving from droid to droid. Oh wow, I didn't expect them both to be back here. They're hiding. Sorry, laughing and coughing at the same time. Okay. Oh, I didn't know he had a computer spike. I guess we could have used the spike to open... Whoops. To open that, that container with the computer instead. But whatever. It's probably not worth the 3 spikes on what we would save. Yeah, you kind of get... Oh, I didn't realize I used that twice. What a waste of force. Kind of sucks that the low level speed doesn't add an extra attack. But, oh well. I had a thought process going on, and my 2 speeds kind of threw me off of what I was thinking. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Sorry about that. It does suck that we don't have 2 weapons by now. Probably because I didn't open a whole bunch of stuff is the main reason we don't have another vibro blade or a vibro sword or something. I think we'll have to come back here because I'm pretty sure there's a mine set up around here. Yeah, so we'll definitely have to come back to this section. And there's a lootable after the mines, but there'll be no XP tied to that one, so we'll wait for that. Either way, just because it's easier to walk through instead of avoiding the mines. It's possible. It's very doable. I just don't want to. Oh, I didn't realize the mine was there.
What are you doing down there?
What kind of strange readings?
The containment fields in the mining tunnels are shutting down. You need to get out of there before they vent fuel to the surface of the asteroid through the tunnels.
How much time do I have?
I may be able to keep it contained until you get the turbo lift to the fuel depot, but not for much longer. I'm locking down the turbo lift to the administration section now to keep the blast from spreading. If you've got anything left to do down there, make it quick, because where you are is going to get real hot real soon.
So that's just storyline. There is no timer. You can spend as much time as you want down here, but he has locked down the turbo lift, so we are stuck here until we're done. Could you go to the one I targeted? Thank you. So we'll still take our time like I intended. Oh, I didn't realize there was a maintenance droid. I don't know if he'd have trouble with healing or not. I usually always target them first, so I don't know. And double kill. Thank you, little droid. Wonder how close we are. Okay, 9 more. And we would get a level. I don't think there's 9 more droids left. Maybe 4 if we're lucky. I think 3, to be honest. Oh, there is 4. I forgot about the little droid. Oh, wow. Oh, I thought that was a triple. So we'll definitely level after we start getting these mines. How much are we off by? 500? Okay. So it'll probably take us quite a few mines. Oh, I already got that. So any, I guess, container that's sparking like that, you need to use a mine to break open. I'm not going to use a deadly mine because they're more expensive. We'll see if this was worth it. Okay, 159 credits. Yeah, that was worth it. Oh, I guess I left my Steam on. I'm just going to turn that off real quick. Sorry about that. I thought I turned that off before I started the video, but obviously I have that on during the day so I can talk to people. Normally I don't even turn it off because I use game capture and it doesn't show my Steam stuff, so it's not a big deal. It's probably another reason why I forget. What are we sitting at now? Oh wow, we only got 135 out of 3 mines, I think. Not great. Maybe we won't hit level 6. What are we gonna hit, level 4? Yeah, level 4. How many mines are we sitting at? So there is a trick in this game that I might use to level up. It's called the mine XP trick, I guess. I don't know what it's really called. That's just what I'm gonna nickname it. Basically, if you plant your own mines, you transition screens and come back. When you pick up the mines, it counts as you defusing them as well. That's one of the only real methods I know of on how to gain XP over and over again, because there's no way you can spawn you can't, like in Kotor 1, you can't keep spawning enemies to fight, so that's one of the only real methods to continually gain XP. I kind of think it's like unintended glitch, I don't know, maybe I'll use it to buff my character a bit since I'm not going to level any of my other characters until they're Jedi. So, for instance, Krea's fine because she's already a Jedi, but Atten, before I get him to Jedi, I don't plan on spending any of his levels, which is detrimental since he's going to be my security dude for a bit. I'll probably use T3, I'm guessing, as my security dude. Repairs, okay, I don't usually do repairing, but security, that's a better XP route than smashing the door. Yeah, okay, whoops, I meant to pop the energy shield here. So we only have 3 uses, and since I don't want to lose my shield, I'm not going to use it again. I'm going to take it off actually, because we've used it 1 out of 3. Or sorry, there's 1 out of 3 left. We'll keep the energy shield, because I will be popping it before fights again. There should be 2 or 3 more mines left at the beginning, I just don't remember exact numbers. We could repair this droid and he could have helped us. Our repair skill's crap, and it would have cost us a lot of components to deal. Okay, so it's 2 mines left. Okay. And, that's kind of a waste. We got the last level on the last mine, so we didn't get any bonuses. So I kind of want to at least get Constitution 16 for better implants. I'm not sure if I'll go all the way to 18, but I know I'll be going to 16 at least, so we'll do that. And anything else we really need? Do we not have another skill I wanted? No, I guess not. Okay, so in this game, Insanity is still one of my favorite skills, like in KOTOR 1. Force Storm is much stronger in this game, I think, than it was in KOTOR 1. Or I just never use it enough in KOTOR 1, so we'll probably put points in that later. Or at least any counselors we have will definitely be using that. And, yeah. So, if you look back, he's locked down the turbo lift, we can't get back to it. So, we're on our way. We'll just eat the cost of the health damage for the mine. I suppose I could pop another different shield on. I don't want to get confused, so I think there's a better path to use. Oh yeah, there definitely is. Well, we didn't take that much damage. We could have definitely used less damage on our shields if I was using a better path for sure. Just trying to think if we're missing anything. I think we've cleared this whole section here. What are the mines sitting at? 11? Okay. Cool. And, what am I doing? Yeah, we opened that. I got confused. Spun around myself. Okay. I guess, I'll save here and that'll end the video for here. Okay. Well, that was video number 1 down. Thanks for joining me. I hope you join me in the next one. Bye-bye.